entire generation has been consumed by this endless war. For more than 30 years, we've sacrificed and bled for a memory of peace we've never known. Few remain of those who fought before, and the burdens of command now fall on us. We were trained to survive in a hostile, changing galaxy, to evolve and adapt new tactics, and leverage the environment in our favor using the shifting phase lanes to cut off our enemies. This new form of guerrilla warfare would serve us well into years to come. Our economic and manufacturing systems would become more resilient, more flexible. We would become unparalleled in maintaining the essential supply lines required to fuel the war effort. And we would modernize our fleets to take advantage of newly discovered resources. But our enemies have not stood idle. The alien Versari have continued to race ahead of us in their mastery of phase technology. Reports of strange structures empowering devastating new fleet tactics have become increasingly frequent. The Advent deviants have proven to be our greatest threat. Their spread across former trader worlds has reached a critical mass, and now allows them to function as one. The collective will, bent on our destruction. Now, something new is on the horizon. Signals from both friendly and enemy planets are falling at an unprecedented pace. And all attempts to survey the situation have failed. We don't know what's out there, but a confrontation is imminent. We'll be ready when it comes.
And there we go. Hello. Welcome to our playthrough of Sins of a Solar Empire 2. Whoops. Alright, we skipped over that screen because we clicked. Yeah, Sins of a Solar Empire 2, a game I am thoroughly looking forward to. I have about 1,000 hours in the original game. When they announced this game, the moment I could pre-order it, I did, so I could get into the alpha and the beta. I already have about, I'll say, around 60 hours into Sins of a Solar Empire 2, respectively, but that is only in alpha and beta. I'm sure there have been changes made. There are, for those of you who don't know about this game, there are 3 factions, TEC, Advent, and Versari. Before the official launch, they let us play as the TEC and the Versari. So I already have deep dives on those particular factions. However, I'm sure changes have been made from the beta and alpha. But I'm still looking forward to this game. I'm just so excited to play this game. If you're new to my channel, this is your first time on the channel, welcome to the channel. For those of you who are curious, expect the episodes in this particular playthrough to be between 45 minutes to around an hour long. I'll try not to go over an hour too much, but it does happen. That is just the nature of things. I will try not to go under 45 minutes, so keep that in mind. We will play every faction at least 3 times, if not a few extra playthroughs thrown in. The plan is, well, since we're here, this particular video will cover the tutorial, and this will be its own separate video for however long it is. So if you're not interested in the tutorial, skip to episode 2. I'm saying that now. I already have some nitpicks, so I'm going to put this in the tutorial episode, so if all you're interested in is gameplay and diving into the game and diving into my deep dive, as is what it will be, then go ahead, skip to episode 2. That is when we will start playing. The plan is we will play an Advent faction, a Vasari faction, a TEC faction, and then a Vasari faction, an Advent faction, and the final TEC faction. It should take about 18 to 20 recording sessions, so you're looking at almost, I don't know, 60 plus episodes. So if you want to skip this one because it'll be tutorial and ranting, by all means skip ahead. So some quick nitpicks, guys. Allow me to trigger that opening sequence in here somewhere. For like, it could be in this option settings. I don't care. But let me be able to trigger that from here. This game is rebindable. I don't know. Right now. Yeah. So, I have a 5 button mouse, I guess it's technically. Allow me to bind pause to mouse buttons. Ideally, because I have mouse 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I would like to bind it to mouse 5. I can't. Space is fine. I enjoy being able to bind it to space. That is perfectly okay, but after being able to, I can't believe I'm going to give props to Homeworld 3, as it's a mixed bag there. But being able to bind the pause key to mouse 5, game-changing for me. Truly needed. And now before we dive into the tutorial, nitpicks on ways. Listen, I love you, Stardock and Ironclad Games. I love Sins of a Solar Empire 2. I know I will dump 1,000+ hours into this game. Understand, all of these nitpicks are coming from a place of love and wanting you to improve. And I also understand that there are considerations on both budget and possibly what you can do from like a coding standpoint. I understand that. I am not a coder. I do my best to be good at budgeting, but you know, I'm only human, and you know, I'm not dealing with making a game. But understand, these nitpicks come from a place of love. So some ways, Ironclad and Stardock Games have already screwed up is, and these are relatively minor screw-ups, I'm not gonna lie, but apparently they took down the early access tag months before the full release, which means there were a number of full reviews because they took down the early access tag on the beta. And I'm going to lay that one on you guys. Do not take down the early access tag until full release. Now, the game is good enough. It is the reviews at time of recording and that sort of thing have been overwhelmingly positive. It's wiping those out. But I hope you learned your lesson. That could have gone badly. People could have gone with that and gone, well, it's released, and according to the reviews, this game sucks. Refund. You guys got lucky. The other way I'm going to harp on you guys, we had, I'm going to get this wrong, at least a year. I feel like it's been 2 years, but at least a year to play with the TEC. And a year, at least, I'll say 8 months, again, feels longer, to play the Vasari. The Advent were not added to the game until the day of release. So this means the Vasari and the TEC have had extra months, if not years. When was this announced? Hold on. When was Sins of a Solar Empire 2 announced? 2020. No, it has been 2 years. Never mind. So we've had, I'll say, at least 18 months of being able to play as the TEC, and 9 months as being able to play as the TEC and Vasari, and no months of playing as the Advent. So there is a chance, I'm not saying it is, I haven't played the game yet, obviously. There is a chance the Advent are horribly unbalanced one way or the other. Now, I do have faith in both Iron Dock? Why do I want to say Ironclad and Stardock? If there is an imbalance, it's not going to be like, oh my god. But with the fact that we've had 18 months to play as the TEC, and 9 months to play as the Vasari with the TEC, and no months to play as the Advent, that is already a strike against the game, because we've had months and months and months. Okay, balancing, and now you're throwing in a faction, a major faction at launch. Like, uh-oh, guys, come on. Now, again, I do have faith. I'm sure it will be reasonably balanced, but still knock against the game. Hold on. Unfortunately, not done with the ranting yet. That's why it's in the tutorial video. Finally, and I think this is the major thing. For those of you unaware, there we go. I'm gonna need to open my downloads file. It is $40 base game in both Epic and Steam. That is fine. What is not cool is when they announced the game, they said Sins of a Solar Empire 2 will not be coming to Steam. There are no plans for it when they announced the game. That sort of thing. So I was like, fine, I am such a big fan of the game. I will know I dump hours and hours into it. I will plot $40 on the standard Epic version. I'm okay with that. And then they announced there will be a premium edition. I was like, fine, that's great. In the premium edition, you get the base game. Cool. The digital soundtrack. Neat. And now, here's the thing. You get the Paths to Power scenario pack, a reinforcement ship pack, a Times of War campaign expansion, which is a single-player campaign, which I'm highly looking forward to, and the Harbinger expansion. Discover and play as the mysterious fourth faction. Those are all DLC that will be coming months. I'm going to say within the next 2 years of game launch. But that is not clearly marked here. So essentially it is $40 for the standard edition. $80 if you want the standard edition, plus the soundtrack, plus a season pass. And that needs to be clearly marked on the purchase option. I do have a friend who bought this and was like, well, fuck, where's all the stuff? Where's the scenario pack and the reinforcement ship pack and the campaign expansion? Where's this? That's not here. I paid $80. Why is it not here? It says it would be here. And I'm like, no, that is DLC that is coming down the road. And that should be clearly marked. Okay? On top of that, again, when they announced the game not coming to Steam, fine. Then they decided, hey, we're going to Steam. I was like, fine, I'll be okay with that. And then there'll be a premium edition. Cool. And then it's coming to Steam. And I was like, oh yeah, fine, whatever. Here's the issue. I paid $40 for the standard edition on Epic Games. At time of recording, there is a deal for 10% off, 20% off. 20% off if you buy it on Steam. There is no deal on Epic. Which means if I want the premium edition, I have to drop another, I'm going to assume you're going to, by the time you see this, you'll have missed the sale, another $80 for the premium edition on Steam. Fine, I understand, but also not cool. Because I own the standard edition on Epic, you know what would have been really cool? Hey, you own the standard edition on Epic. if you buy the premium, if you upgrade to the premium edition on Epic, it'll only cost you an extra $30. You can buy the premium edition on Steam for another $80, but because you already own it on Epic, $30 to upgrade to premium edition. Or, hey, we see you've bought the standard edition for $40 on Steam. As far as I can tell, you cannot do this at time of recording. There is no... usually if you can do this, there's something that says, hey, if you buy the standard edition, you will get some things off, you know, an extra off the premium edition. You know, hey, you already own... Well, you couldn't. So I guess you can't. So never mind. But, hey... Because they both launched on the same time on Steam, so I completely understand. I'm sorry I blinked on it. But at the very least... Hey, I brought $40 on the standard edition on Epic. Give me, you know, hey, for $30 on Epic, you can upgrade to premium edition. I would have stuck with Epic. But if I have to pay $80 on Epic or $75 on Steam to get the premium edition, which yes, I did pay for, I went for the Steam version. Now that could be an issue with Epic. I fully understand that. But still, not cool, guys. Basically, at this point, yes, I love Stardock and Ironclad games, but I will never pre-order again from them. Because they have essentially suckered money out of me. It's like, no, I'm gonna wait now. Like I said, I pre-ordered this game years in advance. That goodwill, gone. And I will now, like, at most, I will wait till there's 24 hours left to pre-order and be like, yes, now I'll pre-order. Now that I see, if I can, this is every version of the game you have, not, well, fuck. You said you weren't coming to Steam, now you're coming to Steam. You said that, now there's a, you know what I mean? So yes. Some ways they've screwed up already. I mean, nothing major. This is coming from a place of love. The fact that I know I will enjoy this game. Like, I'm already going to recommend this game. If you're wondering about my thoughts on the game, great game. It's worth the $40. I don't know how much they're going to be selling the scenario packs, the packs and the expansions for. So I'm going to assume individually it is over $40. So if this looks like a game where like, I'm going to put 200 hours into this game, 100 plus hours into this game. And these look like amazing DLC, then the premium pack is worth $80. Otherwise, wait to see how much they're selling that DLC for. Let's take a look at the tutorial. So we're going to do camera controls. How does the tutorial work? If this is literally just watching a video, by the way, we're bugging out of this right away. I will also tell you, again, this could be because of a bit smoother running on Steam. It loads faster and runs just a teeny bit smoother on Steam. Not enough that I feel it's the game, but that it might be the way the game talks to both Epic and Steam, if that makes sense. So, I mean, it's not like, ooh, on Epic you're waiting 30 minutes for it to load, and on Steam it takes 2. It's the difference between, like, on Epic it takes 2 minutes and 15 seconds to load a map. On Steam, I actually usually average around 2 minutes even. Sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little shorter. Depends on the size of the map and that sort of thing. So, again, you know, do your math. And there are other nitpicks. Volume doesn't give me numbers. It's just a slider. It's like, listen, I want to know if I'm at 100% or 90%. I don't want to guess. Again, the mouse bindings, there's that. Welcome. We're happy you've chosen to take our quick course in viewing your new empire. To begin, let's just start rotating the camera in the heavy factory in front of you. Hold right mouse and move to rotate. Alright, so not the best tutorial, but we will go through this because you might be a new player and I want you to see this. As you can see, as you move your mouse, you can get a 360-degree view of the factory. You can rotate the camera whenever you desire, just not just when focused on an object. Now let's go over how to control the camera zoom distances. There are two primary ways to control the camera zoom, with hotkeys and with the mouse wheel. Let's begin with a couple of keyboard commands to quickly get a view of your local area. Q and E. This quick level zoom shows the local region. Let's return back to the planet. That should be E. Thank you. Most of the time you'll want to use the mouse wheel to change your view distance. That's what I usually do. And I do have, zoom. It's not perfect, but I usually do zoom to mouse. Use your mouse wheel to zoom out as far as possible. Now zoom in. Basic stuff. And WASD also moves things around. Zoom towards where your cursor is located. All the planets, zoom, So it can be a little finicky. See, like, the mouse is up here, not here. A goes left, D goes right, W goes up, S goes down. Alright, so, yeah. So this is the tutorial. They do let you do this stuff. It's not the greatest tutorial. Definitely not the worst. I've seen worse. But we will blow through this as best we can. And like I said, this will be one video. And it'll be, like I said, me ranting there for about 30 minutes. And then showing off the tutorial. And then we will dive into a deep dive on the Advent. And again, the plan is Advent faction, Vasari faction, TEC faction. Vasari faction, Advent faction, TEC faction. And you'll probably notice, if you've been to the channel before, you can easily guess which factions are going to be first and which factions are going to be second in that lineup. If you're new to the channel, it will become very obvious on whether I prefer offensive or defensive factions, as the ones I least like will be first, and my favorite faction will be the last faction we play. Okay. Oh, and for those of you wondering, not super active on the forums or Discord, but active enough. I have been noticed, if that means... I mean, it probably doesn't mean anything. But I have been noticed by Stardock and Ironclads, respectively, so cool, shout out to them, if any of you are watching the video. So yeah, always a pleasure to talk to them. They've always been very nice and very forthcoming and very open about how the game's working. They've accepted suggestions. I haven't always acted on them, but they have accepted suggestions, and that's always great. So, welcome to the basic HUD overview, Commander. We will explore the game's HUD at a surface level with more in-depth overviews of game systems and later tutorials. So, civilian research. Yep, there's a civilian research tree. Will contain many research subjects that usually pertain to your empire's economy, colonization, culture, and other non-combat areas. Feel free to explore this screen. We will go more in-depth in later tutorials. We're not going to explore it. Then there's military research. This is your military research tree. It contains research subjects that usually pertain to your empire's combat abilities, such as upgrading weapon defense stats and unlocking new combat ships and defensive structures. Feel free to explore the screen. This is the diplomacy button. And you can actually do diplomacy in this game, which is really cool. They didn't really have that in the original. This is your diplomacy view. It shows all your opponents and allies currently in the game. From the screen, you can initiate trade deals, propose and break ceasefires, and manage your relationship with other players. Feel free to explore this screen for a moment. Yeah, so there are things like you can trade, ceasefires, share vision, synergy packs, benefits of friendly. Oh, nice. So before this, this synergy pack used to be its own tech tree. There used to be essentially a diplomatic tech tree. That's neat. This is the minor factions. There are many more minor factions. I do appreciate this. As you explore the galaxy, you will discover minor factions. You can spend influence with them to gain various benefits, either temporary or permanent. This is a large topic fit for another tutorial. I do like the way they do this. I'm not necessarily sure I like the way they handle pirates now. But I do like the whole thing with the minor factions and the influence. This is the military command button, which we will be occasionally making use of. It allows you to manage all your capital ship and starbase abilities and items all in one place. Feel free to explore this window before moving on. I will say this, the HUD design, absolutely gorgeous. Very well done. Everything's like no more than a click away. So colonized planets. Here you can see all your planets and manage the logistic tracks and structures, defensive tracks and structures, economic tracks, and planet items. Feel free to explore this screen for a while. This is resources. It shows credits, metal, and crystal stockpiles hovering over the items. It shows your important information such as income rates and income sources, which is nice. This more in-depth tutorial later, but for now, just note this is the primary way to see how much of each resource you have. This is the market button. They have changed this, so we can... Oh, I like this. You can buy, you can sell. It tells you the ratios before you had to guess. Hold on. This is the market window. From here, you can buy and sell metal and crystals. You can also sell exotics, but not buy them. Market interactions are only possible after you have discovered a market, and if it hasn't been destroyed, feel free to explore the screen. That, I'm not sure I feel good about, that you can't buy or sell unless you discover the market. It's interesting that you can destroy the markets. I appreciate that, but yeah. This is the TEC trade button. This is the trade window where you can manage your trade economy. Export points and export types are acquired by building trade ports around planets. You allocate export points to export types to adapt your economy to changing needs. Each faction has a unique mechanic. I look forward to seeing that. This is the exotics button. This is the exotics window, which shows you how many exotics and exotic refineries your empire has. You will need different types of exotics to build advanced units. Oh, okay. So each... Oh, so I can now see... I like the... Before it was just the crystal. At one point when I was playing, it was just the crystal. And to see how much you had to click the window. Now you can at least see up to 5, and if you have more, that's great. Different types of exotics to build advanced units, such as capital ships and titans. And for some mods. You will learn more about exotics and how to acquire them in a later tutorial. This is the in-game clock. It shows how much time has passed in-game relative to your selected game speed. Hovering over the clock allows you to see the pause and game speed buttons. The pause button, yep, allows you to pause the game. Oh, they want me to... Wrong button. There you go. Pause in the middle. Space to unpause. And then there's the faster button. You can go up to 10 times speed. Or as slow as 0.25 speed. There you go. Future orbits. Oh. Does this game hold on, let's get rid of this. Has orbit. So if I scroll out, this is the future orbits button. It allows you to view the future positions of planets and phase lanes. You can learn more detail of this feature in the Galaxy Overview. Tilde key is the quick access, so as you can see, sometimes planets orbit. Or you can click the button to get a different view. Right click to open bar. So now I can select, I want to see this far out. I want to see this far out. I want to see this far out. So I like this. This button toggles the cinematic view. Oh, alright, hold on. There we go. Now we can get rid of the UI. I can show off the amazingly pretty ships. I find it weird in the cinematic, if you paid close attention, This is where the ships were coming out of. This is where the missiles were coming out of. I feel like that should be reversed, and hopefully it is in-game. Here, we can... Oh. Next. Alright, finish. Alright, Galaxy Overview. We'll go ahead and cue that up. Again, this is going to be a longer video because it's the full tutorial. Welcome to the Galaxy Overview tutorial. We'll get an overview of map features and how orbiting planets change the game. First, let's zoom out and get a picture of the galaxy. You should be seeing your home planet now. Notice that it has indicators to differentiate it from other normal planets. You will notice that your home planet is connected to other unexplored planets. These connections are called phase lanes. Your ships will travel along these connections to get to other planets. Now, they have changed how these work. In the original game, if you notice, there's 4 phase lanes. And the way phase lane jumps were calculated was from this point, I have to think. I would say 100 degrees, not a full 180, so not half. But I would say about 100 degrees from each, right? So from to here and here. Which means, in the original games, with these 4 phase lanes, a person could jump in anywhere from here, right? Yeah. From about here all the way to over here. They have severely tightened that. To the point where now, I think it's literally just this little in and out right here. So much easier to defend. We'll travel along these connections to get to other planets. You will start surrounded by unexplored planets. The beginning of the game will involve discovering what planets are next to you. These undiscovered planets are indicated by the icon below. Let me zoom out. So there you go. Undiscovered. Normally, you will start a game with scouts that will start exploring on their own immediately. But let's build one now. Select your home planet. Now, open the build ship menu. I love this. I no longer have to specifically select this to build a ship. I can. Now I can just select the planet and build from there. That is... Mwah. Alright. Scouts, Corvettes have an auto-explore ability, so you don't have to micromanage it. Feel free to zoom in and watch it start exploring. Can I build more? 2, 3, 4, 5. Or is it still building? Oh, okay. Now that the entire galaxy is revealed to us, so we can examine some colonization. Now that the colonizable planets. Next. Asteroids are the most basic planetoid you can colonize. So, no matter what, with no tech, you can colonize asteroids. They have limited space to upgrade, but are essential for expanding your empire. Got a letter there. Ice planets are primarily specialized in crystal. They also have decent credit income. All factions like getting ice worlds early in the game. Volcanic planets are primarily specialized in metal. Volcanics have high research track levels, but notably bad credit generation. So generally, volcano, science and metals, ice, credits, and crystal. There are many other planets and features to discover as you explore. Feel free to look around. So there's also crystalline planets, which are new, which must be incredibly focused in crystal. Ferrous planets, those are not new. Those are supercharged metal planets. Primordial planets are new. I don't know what those focus on. Desert was generally like trade capacity and other things. You can also now... there's also ocean, and now in the in the original game, you could not colonize gas giants. You can now colonize gas giants. So there's a lot of planets and a variety of planets to explore. One of the most important new gameplay features of Sims 2 is orbiting planets. During the game, planets will move, creating new phase lanes and destroying others. You peek up to 1 hour into the future using the future orbits. This allows you to plan your strategy around the changing topology. Click the button now. Notice how planets are moving and the phase lanes are changing. You can move back and forth in time by clicking on the bar. Yep. And alright, we're done. Next, orbital structures. So, welcome to the orbital structures tutorial. Building structure in orbit on your planet is essential to playing the game. Select your bandable planet, click the structures, and now you can choose civilian or military. Yep, all orbital structures are grouped into either civilian or military categories. Here we have outlined all civilian structures. Orbital structures cost slots to place in orbit. You can see the planet's current slots here, and that can be upgraded. Slot usage above the structure buttons. Upgrading the planet's logistics trap will increase the slots you have to spend on civilian orbital structures. Upgrading the planet's defensive trap will increase the slots you have to spend on military or orbital structures. And slots. This also increases health. Oh, and just health. Oh, and they've changed the science again. Okay. Now let's build a light factory. This is necessary to build any corvettes or frigates for your fleet. You can either just click and it'll set it automatically, or that. You click it and you build it in the thing. Now that you have placed your light factory, your constructor ship will automatically come over to build it. You'll never have to manage these constructor ships yourself. Just place the structure on. And also skip the micromanage of placing your structures by holding Control when clicking the structure button. The structure will automatically be placed near other structures. Try this by quickly building 3 Gauss defense platforms. 1, 2, 3, and as you can see, place them near our factory. You can quickly remove instant scuttle queued structures. Right-clicking a... Oh! That's cool. I did not know that. That's a good feature. I personally... Oh, you can also move your orbital structures to adapt to changing phase lanes due to orbiting planets. Click the rotate structures button. Oh, so now we can move it. Nice. Nice. I prefer sticking some defensive structures around a planet to discourage siege frigates, and then placing them in unit controls. Welcome to basic unit controls. First, we'll begin interacting with units. Find and select your home planet. Found it. Remember to zoom out, if you don't see it. Opens your build ship windows to build your first capital ships. Left-click on any of the capital ship icons to build your first capital ship. Your first capital ship is always free and built instantly. I personally, there's always one capital ship that has the colonize ability. I always build that ship first. The selection window at the top right will show all units in the same gravity well. This will make it easy to interact with all nearby friendly and enemy units. Find and select your new capital ship. You can focus your camera on any unit by clicking again. Once it's selected, try this with the selected capital ship. So double click. Now that your capital ship is selected, you can give it orders. Use the move action button to load your cursor and click where you want the ship to move. To load your cursor.
A sound plan.
Right. All capital, or you can just right click.
We're underway.
All capital ships have 3 core abilities and 1 ultimate ability. They are unlocked as the capital ship gains experience earned to combat. Pressing the yellow arrow above an ability will level up. Now, I would like them, if possible. I enjoy the system. Allow me to play rare resources to reskill capital ships, if possible. I understand if there are coding limitations, but sometimes I misclick, and I would like the maybe money and a rare resource. Go ahead and select that. It can be autoed. All capital ships can further be customized with ship items. Planets also get planet items. Some items do require exotics. So, yeah. So, allow me to reskill ships.
Where do you need me?
For a high price. Like, max level is 10. If I am level 10, right? Quartzium is the rarest resource. Have it for every 2 levels. Have it cost 1 quartzium and 2,000 credit. Right. So if I'm at level 1, it'd be 1,000 credits and a quartzium and nothing. Round down, just 1,000 credits. Oops, misclicked. Rebuild. Right, and give it a cooldown. Right, or an increasing cost. One of the two, not both. One of the two. And have it be, all right, you're at level 10. That's going to cost you 10,000 credits and 5 quarter. Discovered from others. All capital ships, right. These are powerful items that are unlocked with research acquired from manufacturers are discovered from other special sources. Click an empty ship item slot to open up the ship item and purchase any available item to install it on your capital ship. Congratulations. I'm not going to do it now. Wait. Fleet Essentials. Alright, welcome to Fleet Essentials, Commander. Fleets make building and managing ships across your empire much easier. All fleets can be managed from bookmark window to the top left of the HUD. That is this section. This window can also be used to bookmark planets, but for now, let's focus on fleets. It will typically always start the game with a fleet auto-created. That's new. That was not in the beta and alpha. Unless you have it disabled in settings. I might have it disabled in settings. Never mind. We have disabled your auto-create fleet for this tutorial only. Add your first fleet now. Click the top left.
Fleet created.
Add fleet. It also tells you select a planet and right-click here, or select unit and right-click here to add to fleet. Select your starting fleet. Selecting a fleet will also bring up the ship build window. Here you can see what your current fleet composition is. Otherwise, this looks the same as building from any factory or planet, but is much more powerful. All fleet build requests will choose factories best suited to meet these requests based on a number of factors, including distance and production backlog. Simply queue up ships to build in your. Simply queue up ships to build, and your subordinates will handle the rest. You'll never worry about searching for your ship factories again. It could use a pass on balancing and that sort of thing, but otherwise it works really well. Let's get your new fleet organized. Make sure you still have your fleet selected. Click any of the capital ship buttons.
Where do you need me?
A fleet with just
All
one
packed
ship
up
isn't much
and
of a
ready to
fleet.
go.
Let's support your capital ship with some cobalt-like frigates. Oh, you can queue up build 20. So if I hold shift, I can build 5. That's new. Oop, that's a little too many. While your light frigates are building, you can inspect where they are being constructed on the tooltip. Hover over the selected build queue icon. The tooltip will display which planets are fulfilling your orders. Oh, I see it. Novalis. Okay. We'll now speed up the construction of your light frigate so you're not waiting around for too long. We'll now show you how to quickly split off and create new fleets. First, select all your newly built light frigates from the upper right window.
Give the order.
Click on the Add Fleet icon. Right click. It's not left click. Oh no, it is left click. If you zoom out, you'll see both fleet icons below your home planet. Nice. You easily merge the fleets together by clicking the icon of one fleet. If I click this and right click this, merged. Mwah. To make them jump together.
Of service.
Oh. Right click to move button. By default, fleets will attack everything in their gravity well. You can change this behavior by clicking the engage range button beside the attack button. Hold position, engage close. Okay. Stop, attack, move fast. No. How do I... Alright. Next. Congratulations, you completed the Fleet Essentials tutorial. Alright. Research. Welcome to the Research Tutorial, Commander. Here we will go over the basics of the research system. Let's get started. Oh, shit. So this is your military research button. You will see the number 0 on it. This number represents your empire's military research points, of which you currently have 0. Let's resolve that. Left click to select your planet. Okay, so they've gone back and forth on this. At one point in the alpha and beta, it wasn't building separate research stations. It was separate tracks on the research on planets, right? And what would happen is there was one research station, and that sped things up. It looks like, so this was iterated and iterated. I like this iteration. It combines the old with the new. I appreciate it. Build a military research button. Place it somewhere in your gravity well. Alright, you have now obtained a military research point. Building orbital research stations is the primary way to do this. But you can also build surface planet items to obtain them as well. Let's see what they're good for. This is the military research window. Close that. Which contains all the military research that your empire is capable of. It is quite expensive, and in some screen resolutions, you may need to scroll down to see it all. This is your tier tree. Unlocking each level. Each level makes the tier's research subjects available for purchase. Unlocking each tier also grants your empire permanent bonuses. And those bonuses are different for each empire. So we get armor points. I'm guessing the Advent gets shield hit points. You now have enough research points to unlock the first tier. Click it to begin unlocking it. While the tier is unlocking, you can queue up any research in that tier's research column. A crucial element of the research tree is fleet supply research. It determines the number of ships your empire can support simultaneously. It is always located on the top row of each race's military research equivalent. To proceed research basic provisioning, you may need to scroll to the top to find it. All research has a price as listed in the tooltip. Some late game research will also cost exotics, which is the subject for another tutorial. Some research topics have prerequisites shown by arrows from previous tiles. If no arrow can be drawn, a triangle appears in the top left corner. Topics that unlock ships, ship items, and planet items have a key icon in the bottom right. That's new. If you have research in progress, you'll see the research queue at the bottom. You can click and drag tiles to organize the research order. Okay. Hold on. So that implies some things. No? Yeah. Alright, no, fine. Alright, you can auto-queue advanced research, which adds its prerequisites automatically. Click Garrison Expansion to see this action, drag it to the front of the queue. So, we're going to click this, and what's going to happen, it's going to queue up Military 2, 3, Garrison Recruitment, and then Garrison Expansion. And it tells you the individual price of each. That's the 800, 150, 250, and what the total price is going to be. So if we do this, drag it to the front, this button toggles a more compressed view of the research tree. So even though it's on the front, it'll research all the prerequisites first. Quick navigation. Oh, okay. Like, if I know what connects to what, okay. If you want to find a specific research, you can use type to search in this text whistle. Very useful. Yeah, so it's like, I need star bases. Oh, alright, right there. So here's... Not sure why it's queuing up auto cannons, but here's starbase stuff. Gotcha. I need missile stuff. Oh, it checks both, so it's telling me. So that's missile stuff. Although there's more missile stuff. Hold on. Oh! Hold on. No! No missile... Oh! I'm sorry. So yeah, so there's experience... So there's designed weapons. So MIS. So yeah. So here's anything that has to do with missiles. Okay? I need crystals. Ah, well, there's nothing with crystals in here, but if we go to here, here's everything to do with crystals. Really handy, actually. Wow. Guys, I have to admit, probably one of the best UIs for an RTS. 4X RTS at that. You have completed the research tutorial. Great. Alright, we have... Oh, dear lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go through. Derelicts and wreckage. Welcome to the research tutorial. Hold on, did I misclick? Surrender.
The battle is lost. We have...
Quit game. There we go. Start tutorial. Ooh. Welcome, Commander. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to locate and capture derelicts and how to salvage wreckage. Derelicts are found adrift throughout the galaxy. Their origin is unknown. Capturing derelicts grants you various rewards, including resources and exotics. They can be captured by capital ships. A derelict has been located at an adjacent gravity well. Not that one. This one. Zoom out far enough to see a planet with a yellow indicator. This thing. On the upper left of its icon. Ooh, people are talking to me. This means a derelict is present. Zoom in to the derelict located in the planet's gravity well. A gray triangular shaped icon with a gray circle around it. Notice that the derelict is surrounded by defenders. These scavengers want to claim the derelict for their own profit. You will need to fight them off and claim it for yourself. Send your fleet to clear the gravity well, and then move your capital ships from the circle around the derelict to start capturing. So we're just going to select a fleet. And
we're underway.
Literally move. What's in the fleet? Oh shit, heavy cruisers? Oh, alright. We're not gonna colonize anything, so I'm gonna take inspiring broadcast. We're gonna wreck house here.
Sound plan.
We will just
for combat.
jump in. We will plus or minus speed things up.
All
so
hands,
we'll go ahead to 5
prepare
speed.
for phase jump.
And we'll just let them just wreck things.
Just a short detour while we clear a
Select
path.
the
Reporting in.
capital
Sound
ship,
plan.
move it in, and we'll start collecting it right away. And then we'll drop down to standard speed. Oh, we leveled up. Habit, colonization. Take that off, right click. Autocast. The bluey white things mean autocast. I used to play this game exclusively at 4x speed. So keep that in mind. Excellent work, Commander. Capturing... Alright, now... So what... They have free logistics level. That actually is huge. Excellent work, Commander. Capturing derelicts gives you the resources and boosts your capital ship's experience. This can be crucial for gaining early game momentum against the enemy. Wreckage works similarly to derelicts. There's an enemy player on this map. Destroy the capital ship and capture the wreckage as you would a derelict. Great. We have the fleet, so we'll select this fleet. We'll speed things up to ×5.
Secure the passengers.
Target them.
All hands, prepare for phase jump. How can I be of service?
Oh, we got some
We're
LRMs
underway.
too. We'll get a little close to it because this will pop. What's the range of this? Alright, they're fine.
Ahead slow.
You don't. And you stay here to capture this. And we will get a Tauronite, some gold, credits, some metal, some crystals. Alright, very good, Commander. Finding resources from wreckage not only boosts your supplies, but also denies them to your enemy. Strategies like this are key to winning. Cool, actually. Economy overview. Combat model overview. This is the important one. There are some things about the combat that are confusing me. Welcome to the economy tutorial, Commander. Here we will learn the basics of how to generate and use resources. Let's get started. It's actually very, very easy to understand. This is your resource window. It displays the amount of the 3 basic resources: credits, metal, and crystal. These resources are often required in various combinations. for building units, conducting research, and more. The Vasari, however, do not need to use credits at the beginning of their playthrough. Mid to late game, yes. Primarily rely on metal and crystal. While they can use credits with the market, it is not a necessity. Hovering over each resource in the window shows its income rate. Each planet generates a certain amount per second. To succeed, you must maximize this number. As your economy grows, you will incur infrastructure taxes based on your income, not your ships or fleet supply, which is new. Before, the taxes were based on fleet supply, not infrastructure. It's a marginal tax system where higher income is taxed at higher rates. Initially, your tax rate will be 0 as your income will be low. Let's talk about how to produce more resources from your planet. Select your home planet to continue. This is your planet's mining track. It represents the production of metal and crystal on your selected planet. Increase it to continue. Once this track is completed, your planet will produce more metal and crystal per second and is your primary way to acquire these resources. This is your commerce track. It functions similarly to the mining track, except it governs your credit production. Rather than metal and crystal, upgrade your commerce track to continue. So this is more credits. Another great way to increase your economic production is through research. Open your civilian research window to continue. Like this. Over the tier research to see that it increases. Wait. All metal gain. Oh, there we go. Gotta scroll up. Yes. Excellent. Hover over the tier research to see that it increases all metal gain for planets by a flat percentage. Invest in subjects like these to improve your overall resource production. Press escape, select your home planet, and build a metal extractor. Another way to increase your resource production is by using orbital extractors. These advanced structures need research but are unlocked for this tutorial. Press escape, select your home planet, go to this. Yep. Now, I will say, I am indifferent to this change. In the original game, this extractor resources were the only way you got metal and crystal. And the new game, supplement, you can ignore it for a lot of the game, depending on the faction you're playing. So I appreciate the depth it has added, but I also miss the fact that now there is no way for me to cripple someone, usually, by taking out just their extractors and run. You gotta take out the planet. Now, you can build extractors on each resource asteroid a planet has, but they cost logistics slots. Some planets, like ice worlds, have more crystal asteroids, while others, like volcanic worlds, have more metal. Consider planet types when planning your empire's growth. Sometimes you just need to buy and sell resources rapidly. That's what the market is for. This is the market window. It is the main way to engage with markets in the galaxy. Here you can buy or sell metal and crystal for credits. Buy some metal. I will say I'm not happy with this. Okay, so they show you the individual exchange rate. I appreciate that. And then when you buy, they show it based on hundreds. Appreciate that even more. Next. Alright, congratulations, we finished it. Exotics, which are incredibly important in this new game. Welcome to the Exotics tutorial, Commander. Here we will learn how to acquire and use exotics. This is your exotics button. It shows you, yep. These are your exotics. Tauronite, Endurium, Kalinide, and Anvar and Corium. Red, gray, blue, yellow, green. That's what I'm going to be referring them to. They're used for advanced structures, capital ships, planet items, and more, and are harder to obtain than credits, metal, and crystal. Let's talk about how they are acquired. Choose the exotics window and select your home planet to continue. This is your survey button. Surveying is often random, but some planets guarantee exotic rewards. This helps build capital ships early and is your main way to get exotics until later in the game. Go ahead and keep one of those up. Another way to acquire exotics is to capture derelicts. A derelict has been located to an adjacent gravity well. Zoom out far enough to see a planet. Oh, this one or this one. Depends on which one we want more, I guess. On the upper left of its icon, this means a derelict is present. Zoom into the derelict located in the planet's gravity well. Here it is. Great. This is a derelict. They are always guarded by scavengers who are looking to profit from their find. You'll have to fight through them to get it for yourself. Capturing derelicts, did that. It's another great way to get early access to exotics. Another important way to acquire exotics is to build them yourself in exotic refineries. In order to do this, we will need to research the correct technology. Then build a refinery. Let's get started. Open the civilian research window. Exotic creation is quite advanced, about mid-game, so it's locked behind civilian research tier 3. For the purposes of this tutorial, you have infinite research points. Go ahead and queue up research tier 3 to continue. Now queue up the refining research to continue. Great. Press escape, select your home planet, and build the orbital structure window. So I always, there we go. I always add my home planet, and I actually prefer planet over fleet. So this, build, exotic, flat down. Exotic refineries convert basic resources into exotics. Exotics? Exotics? Exotics. Each refinery makes one exotic at a time, so you'll need several for a strong exotic economy. The ability to make exotics on demand is invaluable. Let's queue one up. Open your exotics window to continue. Clicking any exotic icon will queue it at an available refinery. The picture and number below the exotic section show you how many exotic refineries you have. We have one. You can queue up as many exotics as you can afford. Create a new exotic to continue. We'll do tournament. Completed. Done. Conquer and colonize. Welcome to the Conquer and Colonize tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll learn. I always skip this. You can afford a fleet of various units under the leadership of a coal battleship. Also, you
Got a job for me?
Always take first defense first. Adjacent to your location is an asteroid with a small fleet of defenders. Must be here. Your first job will be to destroy these forces and colonize the asteroid. When it comes to colonization, the asteroid is considered a planet. To colonize an unoccupied planet, you need a ship with a colonized ability. Some planets require special research to be colonized, but not asteroids. Let's build a prototype colony frigate to take it over. The colony frigate is very important, but is extremely vulnerable. It is usually best to clear the target planet of enemies before attempting to colonize it. Send your attack fleet to destroy the asteroid defenders, and then bring in your colony frigate to colonize. When your ships survive, it will auto-colonize the asteroid unless there are enemy siege ships nearby. Turn this off by right-clicking the colonize button.
What now?
We're just gonna send.
That's more like it.
Oh, and we'll speed things up to 5. Actually, let's go to 10. Fuck it. Oh, I guess there.
Jump coordinates.
Alright. Then we go back to planet. Select the frigate. Oh, did it jump? Oh, it jumped with it. Alright. Whoops. Was not paying attention. Didn't realize it was its own fleet.
Fleet created.
But there's a far richer planet, the enemy's home planet. Unlike the asteroid, the enemy's home planet is already occupied. You will not be able to colonize it until the enemy is displaced. Send your attack fleet to clear the defenses.
Get the order. Yes,
We'll
Commander. At once.
Can I build more? Oh, yes, thank you. With your course of siege frigates, after they lose control of the planet, bring in your colony frigate to take it over. Capital. Oh, do we have
Got a job for me?
siege frigates? Oh, we don't. Here.
Additional research required.
Plotting jump coordinates.
Yeah, they didn't give me siege frigates. Let's go ahead. Are we still at 10? Oh, wait. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. We'll just go to 10 speed.
Who needs bombing today? What now?
Oh. I like Fusilade. There we go, and he'll go bomb the planet.
Go
And then
ahead.
he can come in.
Yes, Commander. Give the order. Yes, Commander. At once.
And normally,
Waiting on you.
I put siege
Fleet
frigates
created.
as a separate fleet as well. Great work. In the game lobby map settings. Great. That leaves minor factions. Welcome to the minor factions tutorial, Commander. Oh, this is going to be a long video. Here you will learn about the minor factions and how to use them to your advantage. Throughout the galaxy, the major powers, the TEC, the Advent, and the Visari, are locked in endless war. Offshoots of each have also set up their own operations wherever they could settle. They are always highly entrenched in the gravity well, so combat is not something to be taken lightly. Luckily, everyone has a price. Your minor faction window will show you all the minor factions of the galaxy. Open it to continue. From here, you can interact with all the minor factions you've encountered. They will appear once you discover them. You can exert soft power over the various minor factions using influence. Your influence points are shown at the top. There are different ways to increase your influence potential, but the primary ways are via research and plant items. We will start with research. Different civilian research subjects will give permanent increases to your maximum influence points. Open your civilian research window to read the research that has been highlighted. Mercantile envoys, more influence points, and it gives us. So it increases the cap by +2, and it gives us 1. We'll increase your maximum influence by a few points. Researcher to continue. Now return to the minor factions window. You will increase your maximum influence points. The bar below your point shows your influence generation rate. When it fills, you gain another point. Spreading culture speeds this up. Let's see what you can spend influence points on. The Pirates. This is very powerful. If you can grab this, grab it. You have been given detection to see the only minor faction in the scenario, the Pirates. This bar represents your reputation level with that faction. You can increase this by spending influence points. For this tutorial, you'll be allowed to ignore influence costs. The highlighted row shows rewards for minor factions, which also cost influence. These rewards are crucial and can turn the tide of a battle. For example, the pirate's boarding crew can steal an opponent's ship. I underestimated this. I've seen it used very well recently. After claiming a reward, you must wait for a cooldown before claiming it again, and we're done. Alright, and now, combat overview. Welcome to the combat model tutorial, Commander. Here you'll learn the basics of the combat model and how to use this knowledge for victory. You've been given a small fleet to analyze. While the actual size of your fleet is important, understanding the capabilities of each ship type is crucial. This knowledge allows you to build a fleet composition that counters your opponent. Every ship type has strengths and weaknesses, being effective against some targets and vulnerable to others. Let's go over an example. Select one of your Cobalt Light frigates to continue.
Give the order.
Display. Hold on.
Got a job for me?
Display the tooltip for this unit by hovering over the unit itself. So in the right. So just so you can see that, it doesn't lock in. What do you not need to see?
Give the order.
So if I move my window, my webcam, there, that should not be in the way of anything. There we go. So you should be a little more to the left, huh? Alright. There. Click. There we go. We'll go with that for now. So, the center portrait is the bottom bar of the HUD. This unit has decently high damage per second. Sure. And it can hit hard in large groups. And since all unit weapons are fully simulated, if you zoom on the light frigate, you'll notice it lacks turrets. Making it vulnerable to faster corvettes, because it can't rotate fast enough to acquire a target. Now select and focus on your cold battleship to continue.
Good day, Commander.
The cold battleship. So Cole's kill ship shows it has a variety of weapons, including light autocannon turrets. These turrets can rotate quickly enough to track corvettes. However, it has no point defense turrets, so it is vulnerable to long-range missiles. Protect other units from missiles. Build guard or flak frigates with fast-tracking point defense turrets to take down missiles and strike craft. They're not effective against other targets, so they need support. Build some flak frigates to continue.
Comlink active.
I'll just queue up 5 of them. Oh, 10. Alright, 10 it is. Excellent. The combat model is deep, but when it comes to the basics, the next most important factor is durability. Every unit has a durability rating, as shown in its tooltip. Durability... Oh, 500. Durability reflects the quality of its shield, armor, and hull points. Higher durability means less damage taken. Weapons with high pierce can counter high durability. However, combat isn't just about stats. Select a Corvette to see a simple example.
I need some excitement.
Focus on these guys. Display the Corvette tooltip. And note it has 0 durability. Corvettes gain their defense primarily through maneuverability. They are very effective as a swarm unit against targets with fixed or slow-moving turrets, even if these weapons have very high DPS. Pierce. Okay. Enemy base has been set up nearby with assailant missile frigates and a starbase. To take down the starbase, it's best to use torpedo cruisers. Let's prepare for this engagement by building some torpedo cruisers.
Comlink active.
There we go. Build 10 of these. Right, no, ship. 1, 2. They don't know what'll hit them. Build another capital ship to continue. Ooh. We're not gonna colonize? Oh, wow. Point defense cannons 9. Let's go the Mauser. We should be ready to attack. Select all your ships.
Good day,
Great.
Commander.
On the Mauser, we'll select... Oh, I think I guess precision targeting, and we're going to Starbase. Yeah, it would have to be
It's
here.
about time.
We'll go ahead and speed things up.
All power to jump drive. I've got a present
Go.
for you.
Pause. So these guys have phase missiles. So we want
What's the plan?
not the flak. Well, we'll keep the flak frigates where they are, but we want
Give the
the
order.
light frigates and these guys.
I'm on it. Attack! Let him have it.
To
Attack!
spread these guys.
I'm on it. Attack!
Sure. And everyone else to focus. Yeah, look at that starbase just drop. Alright, and we're done! Yay! And that's the whole tutorial. So we got some basics. Again, there is no single player, and we'll dive into the advent in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Smash that bell, all that jazz. Even better. Oh no, I want single player. Check out other videos and playthroughs I've done. Best is come on over and check me out when I stream live every Sunday through Friday. Thank you very much for joining me, and until we see each other again, remember to be kind to one another. Hello, this is Gohan the Chichilla, and we hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or, even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.